My name is Dr. Lars Gunner. I'm a Gonstead-trained chiropractor. There's about 500 doctors in the world that do exactly what I do. And I have one single mission. I believe in a world where people have the tools and knowledge to take control of their own health and their own life. And everything that I do, write, and speak on is meant to advance this mission. It was January 7th, 2016. It was my second day working in this office. I was substituting for a doctor that left to be on a mission trip. Did not know at all what I was doing in practice. At this point, I had done hours and hours of seminars, workshops, learning reported findings, learning how to read advanced imaging, and I really didn't feel like I was a equipped doctor. I felt like there was way more for me to learn, and I hadn't even scratched the surface. There was a patient that came in. She was already an existing patient, and the night before, she was actually struck by a car, and she was 9 months pregnant. She came in, she was with her husband, they were both very shook up. He actually saw it happen. So he was traumatized, she was traumatized. They had already gone to the hospital. She had imaging. She should have had imaging because she was in an impact. Baby was fine, she was fine. But she came in, she had a lot of back pain. And ever since that impact happened, she hadn't felt the baby move. So I take her through this exam. And in the Gonstead system, we have a 5-part exam. We are visualizing the spine. So women wear gowns, men take off their shirts. We use instrumentation, so we're checking nerve conduction. We go through static and motion palpation. How does it feel? How does it move? And then I compile all of that and then use an image to reverse work the math problem, figure out what is structurally going on and what's neurologically going on. And she was 9 months pregnant, very large at this point, very uncomfortable, and she was hurt. She was scared. I was scared. I had no idea what I was doing. And at this point, I had seen dozens of doctors perform thousands of adjustments and probably an aggregate of 500 years plus of experience that I had witnessed myself. I had confidence in my mentor's ability to do things. I had a lot of mentors around me that were giving, and not only with their time, but also their hearts, and wanted to train me, and wanted to train the doctors that were with me, the student doctors that were with me. So even though I didn't believe that I could help somebody at that point, I believed that they believed that I could do it. And I believed that she believed I could help her. And so where I lacked my belief in myself, I actually held on it from other people. And then with that alone, I was able to help her, even when I didn't believe that I could. So I took all that data, nerve conduction, motion palpation, static palpation. What I found was a bad fifth lumbar. Fifth lumbar is interesting because it's the lowest lumbar in the spine. And that is the one that's going to cause a lot of issues sitting, standing, walking, also irritates the descending colon. So it can build up a lot of pressure, and that's likely what she was feeling. And also something you'll learn as a young doctor is when someone is far along in their pregnancy and they have a traumatic event, and if you adjust them, you actually bring their nervous system into balance, so much so that they might go into labor almost immediately. So I even told her this. I said, hey, as soon as we start getting the pressure off your nervous system, I want you to go home, rest. Like, it may induce labor, it may not. I just want you to be aware. So I take her through. I'm actually able to move a bone. In my mind, I'm singing, I'm dancing, I'm doing all the things that a young doctor would do when things actually move accordingly. And I say, you know what? Come back in a few hours. When we're dealing with acute care in the Gonstead system, we'll usually see them a couple times a day. So I say, hey, come back in about 6 hours. I want to check on you. I want to make sure that that actually did what I wanted it to do. So she comes back, pressure is off her back. She's feeling baby move a little bit, but baby feels tired. She's still very tired. I check her again, run through the same system. It's still a fifth lumbar, still the same bone. And I adjust her again. And the way this moved and how she started walking afterward, I can just tell there was my intuition, something in my mind, something in my body told me that labor was going to happen soon. I said, you know what? Go home, rest, do everything that would be labor inducing for you. So babies want to come out the same way that they were made. Alone, in the dark, feeling safe, naked, those all build oxytocin. So, and if we took pressure off your nervous system, she's ready to have the baby, and she's doing all the hormone rejuvenating things to get her to that balance, it's going to happen. I come in the next day, 9 a.m. is when we start. We had a voicemail at 2:31 in the morning. She gave birth, healthy baby, healthy mom. Everyone was happy, everyone was grateful. I'm not telling the story saying that I'm all that great and I was a magnificent student doctor. What I am saying is the human body is amazing. It's way beyond the capacity for us to be able to comprehend. I was able to harness belief from other people. Her nervous system coming into balance helped her have a healthy labor and delivery. We don't know what would have happened otherwise. Not saying bad things, but it probably helped her along a lot quicker, a lot more comfortably, and a lot more ease of mind. She hinged on my belief that I had to help her. So if we come forward with that belief of no matter what I do, I'm doing the right steps to help a patient, no matter what dire straits they're in, you can help someone that's in your office.